not just myself representing the people of the Virgin Islands, but that I have a governor, Albert Bryan, who would come out and do the same, that we have our top law enforcement officers in the Virgin Islands who believe in this protest, and our Senate President who speaks on behalf of the legislative body of the Virgin Islands. Remember that these protests that are going on are not solely about George Floyd. It's not about Tamir Rice and just solely about Breonna Taylor. It's about, even the countless of people that have died at the hands of racism. This is really about systemic racism and a system of oppression that's in the United States. It's a system that means that black wealth is nowhere near the size of white wealth in this country. That black wealth is growing at a slower rate than white wealth is growing since the 1960s in this country. It's the reason that there's implicit bias when people go for jobs, the reason that there aren't the same employment opportunities. It's the reason that there is an inadequate educational system in the United States for our children and in black communities. The fact that black women die giving birth, and that cuts across economics, it cuts across geography in the United States. It's because of systemic racism, including in the Virgin Islands of the United States, because we're a possession. We're still a colony in the United States. It's the reason that we can't vote for president, and other Americans think that that's okay. It's why our borders are open and drugs flow through this island, and people here don't even use the drugs, that has caused a war in our streets with guns and deaths in the Virgin Islands of our children, and the federal government do not give us the adequate support that we need to fight it. It's the reason why over 40% of the children in the Virgin Islands, our babies, live in poverty because of systemic racism and because of a system that the Virgin Islands is under. So if you think that that's only happening in the United States, you're wrong. The entire system that creates the inadequacies in your life in the Virgin Islands is because of systemic racism. It's why in the 1900s, the Supreme Court said that the inhabitants of the territories are alien races who cannot understand Anglo-Saxon principles of law, and therefore they should not be given full citizenship and the rights of citizenship. That's systemic racism. And that's the reason it's also a systemic racism that the Bush administration upheld those laws, that the Trump administration is fighting to keep it, and that Eric Holder and the Obama administration argued to uphold those same rulings of the Supreme Court. But this is also Caribbean American History Month, and the Caribbean has given, as our Senate President said, the greatest fighters this country has known. And we continue to do that. We continue to support this country, even though this country does not fully support us. We have given you, during the American Revolution, the Black Haitian troops that fought in the American Revolution. We gave you Alexander Hamilton, who created your Constitution that we obviously can't understand. We've given you Denmark Vesey and Hubert Harrison, Marcus Garvey, Harry Belafonte, Cicely Tyson, Shirley Chisholm, and Malcolm X. We stand with you, and we also say, I can't breathe.